Hamza, let's just say, yeah, hypothetically, that Islam is the way. If we don't convert to become Muslims, are we seen as equal?
No.
Say that again?
No, in the sight of Allah, no.
All right, thanks a lot.
When the Muslims discuss, the point of dawah is to bring people towards them with love and etc. And it's not happening, we agree. But also in other communities, same thing is happening. So Muslims are not guilty of something which is unique.
Nobody said it's all the Muslims though.
Right?
No one said it was all the Muslims.
It's not debate, it's not debate.
Yeah, but no one said it was all the Muslims.
Even if no one said that, I'm making a clarification.
Okay, alright, that's cool. But just clarify that nobody here said that.
But there is commentary online that can be seen, so people are saying
there's commentary online against black people all the time.
Right. All day long.
I could turn around and say everybody, but it's not. I know that it's specific groups of people. See, like when he talks about Western white world or imperialists, he's talking about a specific
so when we
group
speak
of
about
people,
anyone,
not all white people.
We need to be specific,
it's the same thing.
Where are you from, brother?
I'm not Arab, that's why.
Where are you
Somalia.
No, the reason I say
Where are you from? Somalia.
I'm just asking. There's a reason
sure.
why I'm asking.
I'm Asian. The reason I said...
Country, bro. Help me out here.
Pakistan.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro.
I don't agree with the national borders, that's why.
No, there's a reason why I'm saying it. There's a reason why I'm saying it. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm saying it. Now let me tell you a little story.
I'm not Arab.
Let me tell you a little.
I see you already.
I don't agree with national borders.
No, brother, go on.
But it's
No,
not
we're
a
not.
debate.
I'm stopping for you.
There's no debate.
No, you don't stop for me, brother.
How do you
I'm
disrespect?
stopping. No, disrespect. What we just? I just jumped in there. Sorry. Sorry, man.
Is it time? Is it time?
Time, yeah.
This is no debate. No one's debating.
It's not a debate, brother. It's not a debate. What I'm saying is this. Everyone can see the racial friction in the country. There's racial friction and religious friction. Okay? How are we going to deal with it? You tell me.
First of all, I need to know your name. I need your handshake.
Ty.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Hamza. So this is a good start all,
How are we going to deal
all
with
the
it?
time, yeah?
Yeah?
And we stop trying to debate. This is another
This
thing.
is just a discussion.
Yeah, not you. You asked me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so one of the things is the approach that we have to each other immediately as if I've made a claim, which I haven't, like we just had a discussion about. So first thing is that I need to approach you as a human and speak to you nicely. You can teach me plenty, and perhaps the next person can teach you plenty as well.
Absolutely.
And the only way we know that is if we listen to one another sincerely. And this is one of the things, especially in Hyper Corner, that we're lacking. The discussions are going downhill. We need to be, listening up our discussion. No vulgarities, no swearing. We can be impassioned, right? We can be impassioned, but we need to speak to each other, not at each other. This is a start. That makes sense. Yeah.
Fair enough. And Ty stands for that. Hebrew Israelite truth. That's what we stand for all the time. If we can find truth, that's where we want to live. Unfortunately, it's talk that is cheap. We ain't seen no action. Now the Muslims want Ty to listen to me. You know I'm speaking now.
Wait, let me finish.
You know you said to respect each other to speak.
What about the Muslims?
Nobody's talking to you.
I'm in this now.
Nobody's talking
Somebody
to you.
call my name.
Nobody called you. They've gone.
You know what I said, yeah?
What? No.
The same thing you're talking about, respect, is it being shown now?
By any one of us, you know what?
Is it being shown?
And you know what I'm going to expect from you? I'm going to
You're showing it, but not everybody else.
No, but yeah, this is undoubtedly. So what we can't change everyone. Everyone knows that we cannot change. All we can do is try. He's elder than me. I can't say nothing to him.
T.Y., here's a brother. T.Y., here's a brother of yours. He is a Jew. T.Y., a brother for you. Look, a Hebrew man. He speaks the real Hebrew.
Coming to mock.
He taught you Hebrew.
What happens with the Muslims there as well.
I understand, but what we do,
you see the
this
last
is what we do.
conversation?
We close our ears, and we have our discussion, which is sensible, yeah, and there is respect, and we're showing the right level. That's what we do. The noise behind me, I'm not listening to it anymore. It gets my back. Let's carry on.
One of the problems I had is that I got called names, a lot of names.
Yes.
And all I was doing in the last one was asking questions. I'm not sure if you saw the last discussion. Now, the community down there, I don't want to mention, it's no need. When I was asking them questions, they got frustrated, and the questions are a bit complex, and that's what we do.
Yes.
But I will not start, go home and then start typing saying you're effing this and you're effing that, or say anything about your nationality. Even genetically, me and you, we regress to a bottleneck where we're both related. Even if you argue.
No, go give that some clappation. Come on, guys. Give that some clappation. I like that. No, for real talk. That's real talk. Come on.
Sometimes we're so focused about race, and at the same breath we're saying that race is socially constructed. But then again, we're using it to divide ourselves.
Yes.
How does that make any
Hamza,
sense?
now brother Hamza, guess what I did like 7 minutes ago? I said, tell me how we're going to solve the issue. I'm waiting for the answer. Yeah.
They call it, was it a molten pot, isn't it? When you go to any cosmopolitan kind of city, you're always going to have issues.
Don't forget, this is global now.
This is global
we ain't talking
now.
about
When
London.
it's a global
We're talking
village.
global issues right now.
So we're not going to agree with everything, but we need to have respect.
Well, how are we going to do it, brother Hamza? That's what I'm asking. Do you know why Ty comes here? Did you know I could be in China? Trust me, if I speak publicly in China, They won't harass me.
They'll kill you.
No, it depends what I speak about. They might kill me, but they won't harass me. The way I get harassed in Speaker's Corner by a certain elect people is too much. But it's not been today, it's been years. One day I had to flee with my ladder when it's 5 or 7. Well, what are you doing in the first place?
No, obviously, I wanted to say something.
Go on, but be honest. Your brother here is speaking.
He's being honest.
Yeah,
he's speaking.
I believe.
How did I provoke them to start with? Yeah.
Firstly, I don't know nothing about you though, or what you do. I'm just saying that if you're saying 7 Muslims were gonna come and sort of,
They were not gonna come. They did it.
Okay, they did it. Okay,
Yeah.
and you said nothing against them to offend them, or nothing like that. You've never done that. You've never provoked. Like just now, when you're trying to generalize.
The hyenas only provoke lions before lions attack.
The hyenas only provoke lions. Before lions attack.
Or the snakes only bite people because they provoke. There's some nature. Some people just have a nature.
Just like we agree. Right. Everyone keeps defending Islam. You have a right to, because the message itself might be peace. Yeah? The message itself. But the people are not conducting themselves within that message. And that's where the problem is. The people them. So
it's not just
hold up. Those same people proclaim themselves to be Muslims. It's not us that are calling them Muslims.
Everyone, look, the Kenyans have maths, the Israelites have certain principles, Muslims have principles. At the end of the day, we shouldn't even need these principles to know that we should be able to speak. But the thing is,
let's break Carlos, but let's remove religion.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about the people's nature and how
inherently man is divisive. Inherently. Wherever we go, we've always been fighting, even our neighbors. Whether it's Ghanaians cussing Nigerians, or whether it's the Bengalis fighting with Pakistan. Every single country, the Chinese and the Japanese, the Eastern Europeans with the West, is inherent within men. All we can do is not reciprocate this kind of behavior, but transcend this kind of behavior. So we shouldn't be, for example, they call me names. Yeah?
Is it day?
It's not important.
No, it is important. It affected you.
No.
I don't like lies. If it didn't affect you, why are you telling the story?
Okay, it's a lie if I don't tell the story.
Yeah, it's a lie, brother.
Okay.
Listen.
Let me say,
Teacher, I gotta teach you now.
Listen.
One second. Hamza, listen.
You cannot call a man a liar, or someone who is
Do you know what a lie is? Hamza.
I don't want, let's not have this discussion.
It's not that, Hamza. You see, when we deny reality,
okay,
we're lying to each other.
If I tell you
When we deny reality,
if I tell you what happened, would it make it any truer?
It would.
Okay, online you go to the discussion that I had with the Kemet brothers, and I call them brothers. You see the commentary that was there. Swear words, vulgarities, cuss words, and
Show me the comments first. Show me the comments first. You're making me jump into a water that you haven't told me the temperature. Show me the comments first.
Okay, what is it if I show you then what?
Brother, just show me first.
Okay,
I'll show you mine.
Okay.
Look, I have a channel of my own.
But it's not a competition to show.
It's not about that. You don't know why I'm here. Hamza, why are you here? No, I'm not shouting.
We're talking about how we can come closer, right?
No, we're not talking how we can come.
What's the discussion now?
We're not talking how we can come closer. We're talking how can we solve the issue. I don't want to come close to Muslims. I don't want to. I've been on the receiving end of evil continually from them. I try. That's my experience.
The original question was religious friction and friction between so-called race.
How do we solve it?
How do we sit down
That's all I'm asking.
solve those problems?
Don't tell me stories about how good it is. Hamza, no, don't take it as I'm just saying, Hamza, honestly, how do we solve it? Don't tell me stories.
First and foremost, we can't do collective blame. We cannot do collective blame. This is what the media have been doing to us as ethnic minorities for a long time. They divide us using certain language, and they get us to condemn each other. Muslims are not a collective group. I do not have all Muslims on my WhatsApp. I cannot send one message to all Muslims saying calm down. Likewise, and we've seen how aggressive certain communities are. I don't hold you responsible for the Hebrew Israelite or any of these other communities, and you should not hold me. What they do or anyone in any community is wrong if you're not being civil. Now, we come with being quite courteous and things. I agree with you. People need to stop treating people so aggressively. If people had done that, if people had done all across, so we can move forward and be a bit more scholastic with what we say, our thinking, and refine ourselves. Otherwise, it's not just the Hebrew Israelites, it's not just the Chemists, it's not just the Muslim. We all look bad.
All right,
we all look bad.
Based on that, yeah.
Is that true, my brother?
Yeah,
True. We've clapped for that already. We did clap for that already.
See what
but we're
saying?
asking.
We agree. So this gentleman, if he's coming to say something, he's bringing his books to back up what he's saying. If other people come here and they're just speaking from what they believe or what they speculate or whichever, you see sometimes where you can get friction. It's best if they came with some books, some factual evidence, some reference points that he can now research, and if he's wrong, he would have to stand up and hold his hands up and admit that he's wrong. That's why he come with the books, because he wants intellectual debate, not shouting and
look at that. You're speaking, sorry. You're speaking better for me than I ever have for myself.
That makes more sense.
If I wanted to just come to fight, if I just wanted to come to fight, would I bring 2 bags and a camera?
See?
I just come, but I want to talk to people. I want to reach them.
Yeah? And then you can now share a perspective, and then you see how can you have intellectual respect between each other. And then you see the name calling, all of that now disappears. The people on the lower frequency who want to be rude and abusive and just talk nonsense and come here to mock and come here to scream and abuse and heckle, you leave them. You're here to learn something, he's here to learn something, you learn from each other. You might not agree on everything, we know that, because who is a yes man in life? I'm not a yes man, no one can't tell me what to do, I don't care who you are. It's fine. But at the same time, I have my own mind, and I want to learn. So I'll come here and I will listen to his perspective, I'll listen to a Muslim perspective. If you've got something to say, I'm happy to listen now. I might learn something that I didn't know before.
Yeah, that's good. I think everyone agrees, there's nothing even to argue about.
Yeah, but we have to put it into action.
We as a community, all of us, ethnic minority or whatever it may be, regardless of what persuasion,
look what's being demonstrated.
That we need to.
Look what's being demonstrated. It's about demonstration. I can tell you whatever I want to tell you. I can tell you where I come from. If I demonstrate respect, then me and you have respect between each other.
What I said, Carlos, is that we do not reciprocate bad with bad. That we transcend this and we try to bring the level of discussion to a more courteous level.
You do.
We all need to.
No, you are doing it.
Hamza.
I'm seeing you do it. I'm not seeing everybody do it.
Fair enough.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we don't reciprocate.
I'm not saying I don't take a blanket and throw it over everybody.
Let me ask Hamza a question. Yeah. Say you've been coming to this park for 15 years, okay? And say you've only been hit few times, and your brethren who speak the things you speak been hit few times. One was almost blinded. One we still see the video of him still being pushed nastily. Say you've seen that for 15 years and they're starting it today again. What would you do?
First of all, I say it's wrong.
You just talk, right?
I would not physically engage in them.
I'm saying what would you do? I'm not saying what wouldn't you do. What would you do?
If I were you, you mean?
Brother, you're dodging the questions now. What would you do?
No, if it's happening to you.
I'd be angry. What can I say? I'm a human being. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. It means I'm doing something right? It means if
hold on. You're Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Prophet Muhammad, right?
Oh, are we in debate now?
No. See, we can't go anywhere.
No, that's
it's not a debate. It's an example.
Yeah.
Prophet Muhammad, how many times did they come against him before he had to raise an army?
They came to him numerous amounts of times.
How many times before he had to raise an army?
No, in numerous.
Brother, can you just give me the number or not?
There's no number. I cannot.
They came to him just once.
No, it was not.
Well, why? I thought you said you know the number.
No, I said it's in numerous. Quote me correctly.
Well, the numerous means how many?
No.
Brother, it's all right. Don't forget the argument. Go on. Yeah.
Okay, you say there's only one occasion. There's more than one occasion. We had Ta'if, for example, when the Prophet he was pelted until it said that he was bleeding. And he was asked, and this is now going on to the Islamic part, do you wish for the angels to come down and destroy these people? What did the Prophet Muhammad say? He said that perhaps from the loins of these people, good people will come. So he didn't say, I want destruction, I want to rest. One second. So it's more than one situation. This instance where, for example, Abu Lahab's wife was throwing thorns in his way. What did he do?
Fair enough.
There's more than just one. So if you say that you represent it correctly, it wasn't just one. There was many occasions before the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. In fact, it was 10 years in Medina.
Now here's the thing. It's alright that this is going into preaching now. Brother,
no, I'm going to kill you.
Don't forget, I don't want to preach.
No,
it's just a question.
Yeah, but you made a claim.
Which was,
you said there was only one.
Yeah, it's alright, but you said it's not.
But you recalled.
No, I'm not recalling it. Don't forget, you said you don't know the number.
No, I said numerous.
Yeah, but that's not a numerous.
But it's more than one. I know it's more than one.
It's not. It's alright. I'm not saying you're wrong. But hear what I'm saying.
I'm saying you are wrong. It's not one.
Okay.
Right. Do you want to argue?
That's fine.
We don't want to argue.
Agree to disagree.
We don't want to argue. But what I'm saying is, at what point did he actually have to do something? At what point did he pick up a sword and an army? When did that happen? Tell me. Was it when he lost his eye, or when he lost his arm, or when he was smashed into the ground? Which time was it?
I'm unaware where he lost his eye or his...
It's just a rhetorical question. When did he actually form the army?
Okay, he went over to Mecca.
Brother, not the story. Just tell me what happened that made him get the army. That's all I want to know.
Did someone challenge him?
There was no one. Look,
Revelation.
There was no.
It was the most basic, simple question.
There is no timeline. Yeah, there is no timeline.
It's not the timeline. I'm saying what occurred.
Let me answer them.
Brother, you're wasting the time.
There were 10 years of persecution. There were 10 years of persecution. Before the Prophet ﷺ, he went to Medina and was accepted by the people, and then the people came back. When they were attacked in defensiveness, they retaliated. So after 10 years, after many
somebody
events,
attacked them first.
Of course, after many events.
What I'm saying is, he got attacked, is what you're saying.
That's the point he's making.
Then he attacked back. That's what the point I'm at. That's the point I'm at. I'm just as noble as Muhammad. I'm as righteous and pious like him.
So if someone attacks
you're telling me, but you now Hamza, listen. But you're telling me to go against the Quran. No, hold on. Was Muhammad a righteous? Hamza, I'll let you speak. But let me speak too. Yeah. Was Muhammad a pious man? Was he a righteous man? Was he sent by God?
Yes.
Now, if I claim all of that and I say I've done just as good as him, would you accept me like that?
No.
See the problem?
Would you like me to answer?
Of course.
Okay, now we're talking about a person in singular persecution. Now, look at the event which I mentioned, Ta'if, when the Prophet ﷺ, he was stoned, not thrown off a ladder. He was stoned until he bled. And then
now hold on. No, Hamza, just hold on.
No, you have to call him in.
I want you to speak. Brother Hamza, I'm not speaking. I want to give you 10 more minutes. My brother, hold on. I told him a story just a week ago. How I was stoned in the deserts of Arabia. They took all my clothes. Listen, Arab Muslims. They took all my clothes off me. Because we had nice clothes. We black people. We had nice clothes. All right? They took all of it off me. And left me to go and stoned me so that I could run away. Now, did that happen to Muhammad?
Similitudes happened to Muhammad.
Yeah. So it happened to me too. I'm as great as Muhammad, aren't I?
No, this.
But did I start a war? Did I start a war?
Now,
you're making me look like I'm smaller than Muhammad.
First of all,
it's all right for Muhammad, but it's not all right for black people.
Can I answer?
Of course, you're gonna have to answer.
You hijacked my answer.
No, I'm asking you a more question. I say, am I as righteous as Muhammad?
Okay. If I make a cup of tea, does that make me a chef? No. So if you have one similitude in one aspect, one description of the Prophet Muhammad, it does not make you holy or as righteous as him. The Prophet Muhammad, one second.
Okay, no, I'm giving you more time. Don't worry, it's just a question.
You cut me off track.
I know, sorry, it's just a question.
We say he's righteous for numerous amount of reasons. Numerous.
I'm gonna write a list today. So
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. You're gonna make the list for me today, and I'll compare it to my life.
No one is denying that
we're gonna see that I'm the prophet you're waiting for. Yeah, it's gonna be made today. No. After you give me the list, we're gonna tick it off. We're gonna tick it off.
1 second.
Yeah, keep composing it in your mind as you speak. You're gonna need it.
Okay,
go on, Hamza.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
A person can be righteous. There's numerous people who have been righteous in this life, and they've been persecuted also. It does not make you prophet-like. It's illogical fallacy.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. I've been persecuted. No. So the claim which was made, yeah, sure. The claim that is made that a person has a persecuted life, he must then be likened to the Prophet Muhammad. It doesn't really make much scholastic kind of thought. It's not much material. Now, if someone had persecuted, I don't deny this. I also get persecuted. Now, I've lived amongst the Arabs. I am aware of what happens there, yeah, and Asians as well. And there's many people from there in the Arab region who condemn this kind of thing. To blanket say that all Arabs are like this. There are many African...
you can't do that.
You can't do that. In Asia, in Europe, in Africa, all of these things happen. There are inherent qualities of men that we should all be working together to eradicate, not make it worse. And you know, when we have decisive discussions, we have to move away from this. You know, you have so much rhetorical speech and power rest. You can gather all of these people under one kind of unity. So why are you not doing that?
Do I have a question for you though? Based on what you just said.
Think about it.
That's a loaded question, isn't it?
I have a question for you.
It's got a serious loaded
I have a
question
for you. Because he listed some things that he said that he did which are similar to...
I heard over there there's some people on your case.
Similar to your prophet, yeah?
Don't worry, okay?
Right?
Okay, don't worry.
You said that even if he does the same things as the prophet, that doesn't give him the same level of holiness. Yes? Right. So can you offer something very specific which gives that definition solely to Prophet Muhammad, which gives him that holiness? So even if I repeat the same
and let's compare it to ourselves. Let's compare it to ourselves.
Find specifically what it is which makes him just that bit more holy than anyone else.
Yeah, sure. Now,
I'm just asking, because I'm ignorant to that.
And we're taking serious lists now. One,
okay.
I'm all right to you think, so you're free.
So in Islam we say the Prophet...
No, what did he do? Islam is a different thing.
You have to let me answer.
Islam is another thing, though.
You have to...
You know what? No, leave that for now. Leave that for now. Hamza, you know
how many people am I speaking to?
No, Hamza.
One of the reasons...
Hamza, no, leave Hamza alone. Let me say something to Hamza.
No,
Hamza,
it's only one person who I'm
Hamza, before you start.
Are you married a girl 6 years
old? Hold on.
It happens in Christianity. Let me help you. It happens in Africa. Let me help you. It happens in Asia.
Hamza.
You know, Mary. You made a claim. Mary. What's it? Mary. In the Gospels, which did not make it into the Bible, was described as 12 years old. Jewish tradition says. One second. Let me prove it. Now, Jewish girls were betrothed at the age of 2 to 12. This you can find in Encyclopedia of Judaism. So now, why don't you have a problem pointing at Christians? Okay, let's continue with this discussion. If you want to, we can.
Leave it for now.
Okay.
Save it.
No,
defining holiness right now. So let's get the definition.
Coffee.
Are you born on Friday? Hey, I'm coffee too.
Andrew's a white man name. I'm not white. I'm African.
You'll be surprised where that name comes from. We'll deal with it later.
No, I said Andrew's a white man name. I'm African.
Now, brother,
born on Friday.
Before brother Hamza goes on, let me just give him some kudos here.
But say the main thing, gist of what you want to.
Yeah, what I want to say is that if you hear this family here all speaking at once, trust me, they're only speaking because you gathered us to at this moment. You're the one who gathered us. Listen. You're the one who gathered us. It was through your being a true man that you were able to get their attention. You understand? Because you came in to try and speak some words of peace and understanding. And people resonated to that.
May I say something?
Yeah? So that's why they're here.
Like
so you carry them along. They're here for you.
No, you have rhetorical power. One second.
You are, man. You're the man.
No, you're the man.
Come on.
Look, as in
Not channel.
This whole thing of debate, I don't like it. I'll be very clear. I don't like it because one is egotistical, and that's what most people cannot overlook. Their own ego. What are we talking about? Is it truth or is it ego?
We're only dealing with truth here.
Yeah, one second. Many people, all they ever say in Hyde Park Corner is, I. You don't know, humble yourself. All of this crap. Reality is we're all students of one school or another. We are all students. I'm not going to profess to know more than my brother, and I hope my brother won't be condescending to say that he knows more than me.
I'm going to say I know more than you.
I would submit that to you.
I have to say that, Hamza.
I would give that to you.
Well, you know a lot more than me in many other things too. But for the things that I do, I've got to be, look, reason is when I started a job as a bus driver, they make sure I know what I'm doing. And they don't allow anybody else to step in there.
Just to drive the bus?
Yeah, just to drive the bus. So I know more than you if you're not a bus driver. So you got to give that to me. In other things, you can teach, but all of us have different gifts. You understand? And we all have to employ those gifts to the fullest. Don't forget all the prophets we like to talk about. They were men like us.
Can I say something?
Right? True?
Yes.
They're men like us. We're giving them too much big up if we don't step to their level.
Now the Prophet Muhammad in what is known as the farewell sermon, he says to the people, "O people, give, I will be amongst you." He goes on to say that listen to what I have to say carefully and give it to those who are not here. And then he goes on to say, after telling the people that you should be aware of the devil and the tactics of the devil, that you should not be divisive amongst yourselves, that you should be together. Give the rights to the people, the women, and those who you have authority over. And then he says, Kullukum banu Adam. All of you are the sons of Adam. All of you are the sons of Adam. So me, I would not speak to my brother, especially when he's senior to me, in any way that is condescending. And I would submit that you are more knowledgeable than me. But what I need to know first and foremost is that we are all brothers and we need to leave this low-level discussion. This is what I would submit.
No, we give clap to that. We give clap to that.
Bring some books.
We give clap to that, right? We give clap to that. But what we are saying, we're not disagreeing with you. We're just adding detail. Yeah, we adding detail to the thing. Don't forget that we are men. A man's supposed to be a man. Jesus Christ is a man. He said to his own people, "You will do greater things than I am doing if you can think like me." If you can think like me, he said, you will do greater things. So I expect to do that. If I'm just equal to him, it's not good enough for me. Because he's told me I can do better. The child always has to do better than the father.
Parents, yeah.
Because that's how things move on. You understand, Brother Hamza? So what we're saying is, I love your spirit. I love your spirit, honestly. But what we want to try and bring out is so that every man can rise to see that we're listening to the wrong shepherds at the moment. We're listening to religion at the moment. And they can show that they have any truth. No fruits. There's no fruits. They're showing us a lot of religion, and they get a brother like this with all the intelligence. No, I wouldn't even say intelligence. Intelligence, brothers, is for the low-life people. If you're not dealing with wisdom, you ain't grown yet. Honestly. You understand? You're dealing with wisdom from what you're saying. But we need detail in there. When we start only listening to men, but not actually being men, what are we? We're listening to other men only. Jesus said this. Jesus said that. Buddha said this. Buddha said that. Well, Buddha was a man like you. I mean, come on, guys.
So you have to take responsibility.
That's why we were made. We were made in the image, according to our book, of our Creator. When you're the image of something, if you're the image of a DVD, a movie, when they pop you in there, you better make sure you're doing the same thing. Now, if you're doing anything less, they throw you in the bin. That's why we're being thrown in the bin right now. We've been given religion and we've been given prophets. And Muhammad come, they say he's the last prophet. Do you know what that does to us? It makes us to not be able to be prophets. Our book tells us that all our children will be prophets. Where's that? Sorry, guys. Who got the book of Joel there for me?
Look at your friend. Look at your friend.
Yeah, I saw him here.
You didn't get anything?
No, he's coming, he's coming.
There's respect here now. Hey, you didn't get
Just go round. Let me read for you something, yeah? So you can see what I'm saying, yeah?
It's just a statement.
Sorry, brother.
Some people just like attention.
I'm reading from Joel 2:28, yeah? Right there, yeah? It says, and it shall come to pass afterward. This is the Creator speaking, yeah? That I will pour out my spirit on how many flesh? A few flesh? Just one man. All flesh, yeah? Your sons and your daughters shall what? What does that make them if they prophesy?
Prophets.
Makes them prophets. But we only have one. Only one. We're lost. We were supposed to be prophets. You yourself, your nation of Bangladesh, ain't supposed to be Muslim. Now I know you're gonna say Ty's lying. I know you're gonna look. Honestly, we're gonna check it.
Sure.
Yeah, go on.
Thank you, Ty. Okay, there's in Islam, as you know, that prophethood is described with two words, Nubuwwah and Rasul, yes? Now, both of these words mean to be given a message. Amba or Arsala, to be sent by someone, i.e. in this case Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with a message to a people. So when we say a man is in communication with his Lord as representative, we say that this man is Rasul, or this man, he is a messenger. We do not say that we can rise to the status of speaking with God or God having speaking to us and using us as a microphone. We cannot say this. Now, if you say we are meant to prophesy, there are many men who prophesied. Nostradamus, did he have failed prophecy? Yes. Will we call him a prophet? No. So we have to look at the subject matter. We have to look at the subject matter with a much more discerning and diligent eye. We cannot call you a prophet. What are you calling to? What are you? If every man was a prophet, what value would it be in prophethood? And that's why in Islam we say, Allah, He says that we have sent to every single nation. There has not been a nation that has been left out. A prophet that he may teach the people. Teach them about what it is about what? That the Creator is much more important than anything. That unity can be derived between you and me, regardless of what color, regardless of what class. And this is what we should be talking about. Why are we continuously trying to...
Exactly, that's why I was just going to come back to it. Hamza,
so this is
Brother Hamza,
the question was about prophecy.
No, we got there. We got there.
This question...
We need just friction and color friction.
The camera's caught. Yeah, you just quoted Joel and was talking about prophecy. I've explained in Islam what prophecy is and why everyone is not a prophet and what value would it be if...
Hamza, answer me something. Answer me something, yeah? Do you not understand that the Creator can put prophecy in you? Even if you won't be the prophet.
Does anyone understand this?
Understand what?
No,
Elaborate, because
I don't understand.
Oh, I see something.
Elaborate so they understand.
According to how you explain what prophecy could be, that the differences between types of prophets, yeah? The problem we have is this, yeah? All of us like to call ourselves man. Well, in the word man, does it show you who's less and who's more? Can you actually find out who's less of a man and more of a man? Because if only Muhammad can receive prophecy and you can't, you must be less of a man. You must be less of a man because the Creator is the same one who created you, like He created him. But we say we're equal, but Islam says only in piety But what about prophecy then? Because Muhammad looks like he's greater by prophecy. Well, we've said, where is the piety? And hold on. Where's the book? We've said, where's the piety? List the piety. Show us the piety. Yeah. Write the piety. Let's check. Let's check if we have the same piety.
Can you read that?
No, write. Do it English for us so we can understand it. I beg you.
Okay. What I've written is taqwa. Now the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu he was not the same as us. He was an emissary from God.
Only Buddha, do we understand, was like that.
So he asked, how is it?
But list the thing for us. Hamza, you gotta do this for us.
Now the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu he was married to Aisha radiallahu anha. May Allah be pleased with her. Now Aisha radiallahu anha, she woke up in the middle of the night and she sought after her husband, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. She went to the masjid, the place of prayer, and she looked for him. The lights, there were no lights, no electricity. She searches the ground, she finds the area to be wet, and she finds that the feet of the Prophet sallallahu has swollen. The feet of the Prophet ﷺ has swollen. She goes to him, Ya Rasul, you are a man whose past sins have been forgotten and your future sins have been forgotten. Then why do you pray so much? And you know the reply of the Prophet ﷺ? He said, should I then not be a grateful slave? So taqwa is one of the things that the Prophet ﷺ had, along with Nabuwa. Taqwa is to have God consciousness. Along with, he had taqwa, along with a'mal, actions.
The Hindus say that's Christian.
So these are some of the things which the Prophet ﷺ had, as well as being forgiven. But he still showed his observance to Allah and the religion of Islam, which is unity, and you should come towards Islam.
Brother, you're only giving me one word,
this
taqwa. Only one word.
Taqwa.
Yeah? Oh, what? Spiders. Stick it off, hold up, get yourself.
You send it to me now?
Yeah, send it to content, man. He's got space for it, innit? Content, innit? You've got content, yeah. He's got space for that, take him out. Look, Hamza, honestly...
you know what time it is now, innit? Right.
Honestly...
I was thinking of YouTube.
No.
People
we're
trying to follow. We're trying to follow and not check things. You know, like we follow religious leaders. Honestly, it's like when we follow politicians. We follow politicians, and every 4 years they always do a runner on us. Yeah? They always do a runner on us. And then they change the thing. And at the moment, we're not seeing any religion that works. Hamza, we're not seeing any religion that works. You understand? We don't see truth that works. But we're being all the time pushed under religion. What are we now going to do? And you haven't answered the question. How are we going to solve the problems?
Okay, there is no...
I mean, how does Muhammad say we're going to solve the problem?
Okay, you know, one of the... we need to kind of umbrella these topics so we're not speaking forever. Islam is...
What do you mean we're not speaking forever? If it takes forever, we got to deal with it, bro. Yeah, we got to deal with it. We've got to deal with this thing.
Okay, Islam came with the jurisprudence. Some of these, for example, democracy and all of these other political systems are very complex and sophisticated. We never once reduced these complex systems to its capital punishment. With Islam we do. With Islam we say what happens to this person X, Y, Z. But if we look at the outcome, you know, the proof is in the pudding. Go to any of the Muslim countries where Islam is being implemented as good as possible. The crime rate is virtually zero.
Compared to where? Let's first ask him compared to where anyway. Compared to where?
You have to tell them where.
Yeah, compared to where? First off, yeah.
Okay. Let's look at the most prevailing kind of system. Now we have America. The murder rate, look at the brutality, the murder rate. What they now call prison, which is supposed to be rehabilitation, is actually incarceration that stops a man from ever having family, from ever getting work, and he leaves there only to reoffend, and it is the black community that's incarcerated. So let's look at Islam. When a person goes to prison in the systems that we have, for example in Saudi Arabia, He's given the chance to rehabilitate himself through lessons. And if he proves, and this is just one segment, the media won't tell you, if he proves that he has been good in prison, then he gets a second shot at life. He's not stopped for getting a job because we have a criminal record that the CRP is telling us, because you have this dirt on your name when you done when you was young, because you lived in an area which was highly policed, because your ethnic minority, your ethnicity wasn't right. Because we know that in certain areas there's a higher amount of policing, even though statistically certain races use drugs the same amount as other races. There are higher policing rates in certain areas, meaning there will be a higher criminal rates and outcomes. And what does that mean? One particular people have been set up to lose. So we have to move away from these definitions.
And who's that people again?
It is unfortunately the black people.
And that's what we're saying all the time.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying all the time.
He's the first one to come and actually admit.
And put it so eloquently.
One second.
Hamza, I just want to add to your thing. Okay, go on. That's all right.
This is not something unique that's happening to the black community, and it is devastating. It is happening also to the Muslims. When I come at the airport, do you think I have a nice ride? Do you think I can even wear an earphone? Do you think I can do that without someone looking at me and thinking, is that a bomb? Do you know what I go through every time I have to go there, hoping to see my family? Every time I land in the airport and I get stopped for 7 hours without access to lawyers, without access to speaking to friends.
Okay. But that's recent.
Now this is the same.
That's recent.
No. I lived in Brixton. You
know why it's recent? You know why it's recent? Because you do not have a catalogue of hundreds of years upon history of oppression solely against just what you look like. Oh, that's just what you look like. See, when you proclaim to be a Muslim, that's cool. Yeah, when you proclaim to be a Muslim, that's cool. But at the same time, that's your belief. That's your belief system. Yeah. Muslim is not a race of people.
It's been racialized, though, hasn't it?
When
you think of Muslim, one second.
You've got common sense. You already said at the beginning of this conversation that race is a construct. Did you?
This is what I said. I don't agree.
So you said it.
He's saying, do you agree that he said that statement?
I don't think
that you agree.
It's much more nuanced.
Right. So would you agree that race itself is a construct? If we say the human race, and then we start dividing people up into so-called races, isn't that division itself?
Okay, now if we go into genetics.
No, I'm just saying, isn't that division itself? If you're going to say the human race, and then you now start dividing everybody up into different races, yeah? You said this at the beginning of the very, very beginning, about over half an hour ago. You said race is a construct. You can't racialize Muslims. That's nonsense. Because somebody that's white can be a Muslim, someone that's black, someone that's Chinese, whichever. See, even Chinese is a nationality. We're stuck with a color. When they see me, they say that black guy.
Let's show you again.
They say that black guy.
Let's show you again.
They don't say that Nigerian, that Jamaican,
just black.
Whichever. Everybody else seems to have the privilege of a nationality.
Let's just prove it. Brother, let's just prove it. No, we need to prove it. We need to prove it. Hamza, we need to bring this out. Hamza, we need to bring this out. We need to bring this out. We need to bring this out.
Okay,
you understand?
Let me
bring it out.
If my beliefs are contrary, to yours, that is where we might have contradiction. Or a discussion or a debate or whichever it may be. Yeah. But these are police codes.
One second, let me quickly respond.
But you can't racialize Muslims. I won't accept that.
Okay, excellent. When we think of Father Christmas, what do you think of? When you think of Father Christmas,
man, maybe.
A white man. Yeah. When you think of God the Father, what do you think of?
No color.
Huh?
No color. Spirit.
Are you asking me?
Okay.
Are you asking me?
When you say Muslim, close your eyes and tell me what you truly think.
Arabic.
These concepts have been racialized. Islam is not a race, Muslim is not a race.
That's what I just
but
said.
The constructs that are in your head that have been mediated to you, it becomes.
You're telling me what's in my head, or are you telling everybody else?
Or you're telling us what you think is in our head right now.
If you read the literature on race and power, it explains to you that Islam, Aaron Kunandi, he's famous, he writes upon these things. Okay. He explains to you that when you say Muslim, it is an idea that has been racialized. Okay. So there's no escaping.
That's fine. But you've still got a nationality.
I agree, but nationality.
Allow him a little bit.
But you don't have nationality. You don't have a red passport.
I've been given a colour.
You don't have a red passport.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're talking about things that are seeping into your mind. So, when, like I said, when they see me, they just say, that's the black guy. They don't say that's the Jamaican, that's the Nigerian, that's the Ghanaian.
Now let's have a look at the codes. Let's
get a colour.
Let's have a look at the
I get a colour as well.
No, you don't. They don't say that the brown man, the whatever.
Online, I would call the Arab guy.
Black.
I'm not Arab.
But even
But I go call the Arab guy. Now you can go and see the commentary.
Brown, more like to
it wasn't. It's little.
Yeah, more brown.
But even if you're black and you're black and I'm Arab, are we not brothers? This has been the contention of my. This has been the contention of my discussion. You're black, I am brown. Why the disunity?
I'm not black though. I'm a human being.
Hamza,
you're a human being. I am a human being. Why the discourse?
Socially, I'm black because somebody wants to put a classification on me. You understand where I'm coming from? Before, you had nations. Nation of Israel, Nation of Islam.
So you want to be called by nation?
No, I'm just saying that really, I should be able, every individual Human Rights Act has the right to claim their nationality. That's a fact. Yeah? But what I'm talking about is the racial construct that, like you're saying, that everybody is subscribing to. It's not giving me a nationality. It's giving me a colour.
Can
we look in the book a little bit?
Just
to show that what we're saying.
Why are you scared the book? Why are you scared the book?
Hold up, my friend. Yeah. Even when the police see you, they're not seeing your nationality.
They're not seeing human. They're not even seeing human.
Right.
Only the human ones see human.
You can talk about your belief system and say I'm a Muslim.
Now, Hamza,
that's cool. That respect. You'll at least get that.
But we're not competing, are we?
No, I'm not talking about
what can I do?
Reality. Between me and you, I'm just talking about what I'm privy to. I'm privy to being called a colour. You're privy to being called something which relates to your belief system.
And which is racialized, as I explained.
No,
it might be racialized to you.
Religion is not
I don't see any.
Like we agreed in a way.
Did you hear what I said?
We understand.
Can I give some stats? Can we give some stats?
I understand what you're saying.
Under certain legislations, the new ones have been introduced.
Okay.
I am probably 40 times more likely to get stopped by you.
By me.
Because now,
before, now.
Because bomb is coming, blowing people.
It's regard to Schedule 7. So if you're checking if the statistics on that, you can check it.
See, we don't get certain privileges.
But it's not competition that I get persecuted more than you.
It's not okay, it's not a competition.
Yeah, it's all a crappy situation.
If I have a competition with you, that is now division for somebody else to sit down and laugh at. My point is,
honest, Carlos,
what I'm saying to you is that just at a glance, we are not afforded that same kind of respect that you might get. We are just a colour. So when you put a colour on anything and then you offer a definition of that colour, because if we're was going to word games, we can go to the definition of black. But we've been there and we've done that loads of times.
This a little bit.
Yeah?
So we're going to look at the way a little bit. At least a little bit.
Reality is scary. Reality is very scary, isn't it?
Classifications, yeah? This is what the subject is, race classifications. Look at IC6.
What am I?
You're not IC6 because you said you're not, but just look at what it says.
Am I yellow skin?
Yeah, light brown.
No, IC6. You read IC5.
What am I?
No,
you decide. You decide. I'm not going to define you. You define yourself.
Who is doing this one?
No, you never get stopped at the airport.
You're a human being.
You're a known soldier.
I'm not defining you. You define yourself.
Okay, ultimately, I don't want to make it too long. I've stolen enough of your time. I really appreciate it. I think us as a community, we need to raise the benchmark much higher than it is. All of you.
Bring some books.
All right, one last question to Hamza. Before we let him go. We've detained him too long. Honestly, if I'm going to speak, I haven't spoken. I'm just going to say that you beat me to it. So, well, let's just say something, Hamza. Let's just say, yeah, hypothetically, that Islam is the way. If we don't convert to become Muslims, are we seen as equal?
No.
Say that again?
No, in the sight of Allah, no.
All right, thanks a lot.
No problem.
It was well enlightening.
Can I explain and qualify?
Yeah.
Well, if you got time, why not?
Go ahead.
Bring understanding to let you go early.
Bring understanding, because let's not be ignorant and just say, elaborate and so we can understand.
This may be the last point that we delve into.
That's fine.
That's what's around here. Yeah. Parting shot.
I have a little girl. Allah blessed me with a little girl.
Black one or white?
She's mixed. She's half black and she's half me. Yeah? Yeah?
That's why it's not funny to black people.
It's unknown.
No comment of my side.
So
He defines himself.
No comment on my side.
Yeah. Don't define him. Don't do that.
So, sorry, the question again, I forgot completely.
You were about to elaborate on why you wouldn't be equal in Islam. Yeah, right?
Why, if we don't
If
convert
you
to
have-
Islam,
you need to
why
tell us
wouldn't
why.
we? Yeah.
Now you have a dad and a mother. Now you treat the next man, because he's giving you cookies or crisps or whatever, as your mother and your dad. Though your mother and your dad has given you life, sustenance, grew you up, giving you education, everything you need to survive. Now I've not given the right attribution I need to my parents, rather I've given it to next person. Is that making me good? Though I'm nice to the next person, but I'm not good to my mother.
Okay.
Does that make me a good person?
Put in layman
The
terms.
answer.
That's an analogy,
one second.
that's very good.
Now the analogy,
I want
one
you to be
second, one
specific.
second. Now the analogy is the one who Allah has given life to you. كيف تكفرون بالله وكنتم أمواتا? How is it that you disbelieve in Allah when He had created you? ثم يحييكم. He gave you life afterwards, and then again you shall pass, and unto Him is the return. Allah gave you life. Give to Him what is deserving of Him. Unless you do that, then no, in the sight of Allah, the believer is never going to be the same as the one who believes.
And that's what it says.
But Christians
Are you quoting from the
believe in
Quran? Are you quoting from the Quran or your brain?
So basically what you're saying is,
You're lovely, man.
basically what you're saying.
No, I'm running away.
Okay, all right. Okay, bro, Hamza, look, it's been a pleasure.
He's the first one not to run.
Yeah.
I'm not running, so I'm not running.
That's cool. I said you didn't run, man.
Thank you.
Brother Hamza,
If
bless
I said anything that offended anyone, I apologize. I
This is Speaker's
apologize.
Corner. Offend anyone you want.
Is there no one is
Offend
offended by
everybody
this?
you want.
Yeah? So I apologize if I use any terms I was incorrect.
No, we need to be
I
offended
ask
and know
Allah
the
to guide
reality.
all of us,
I'm ready to be
and,
offended
hopefully we will
and know
all-
reality.
Actually, I'm gonna say something on the. I'm gonna say something on the offending kind of thing.
Yeah, say something to
My Muslim brethren, they can say anything. And in fact, not only them, anybody can say anything they want here. Like in America, you have the what's the act that lets you speak freely. You understand? Here, you can say anything to the Queen if you want to. Yeah. So they do that when they're here. But they don't like when somebody says anything against their religion.
Oh, you will have a bomb.
Now listen to what he said, and I wish he was still here. He said we're not equal to Muslims. Well, that's supremacy, isn't it?
That's it, full stop.
That's supremacy.
100%.
But guess where they got that from? They got that from the Bible. And they're using it now. But they don't want anyone to use it. And they say the only way we can have peace is when we have Islam. But Islam is a supremacist religion.
Of course, yes.
Because how are we going to have peace unless all of us convert to Muslim?
Yes, you'll never have it. You'll have this one.
You can't give
That's why
everybody
you
the
even live
opportunity
there.
to
I mean, you're telling me I can't just be. You're saying I must convert to Islam. And they've done that physically with me when I was living in their lands.
You may be killed as
That's why I
well.
asked him again. And he's the first honest person who's going to say what they said. You're not. Guess what? He's Bangladesh and he's light skinned. But when they go from Bangladesh to Saudi or Qatar or anywhere, they get treated like scum.
Yeah, true.
But he won't talk about that here.
That's it.
And he won't remind them when he's there.
No.
He won't remind them there.
Arab is a little
They put them in sardine boxes.
They are sardine, yeah.
And they all go to the same mosque if they allow them in
Even the
on
Pakistanis.
Friday. Come on guys, stop lying to yourselves. Wake up.
They lie for themselves.
We will
They
have
lie.
no peace on earth until all the false prophets are dead. Yeah. All the prophets in front of you, they're filled with dead men's bones. The Jesus you're talking about never existed. The only man who existed was black people's Messiah.
Tell them, brothers.
Only a black person has ever been a Messiah of any type on this earth. There's only been black Messiah at any point in this existence. Only black Messiah. Nobody else can be. Show me one Arab man who gave his life for the whole world. None.
Oh, he gave a bomb by putting bombs.
Let's not mock.
Yeah?
Let's not mock.
What is it then?
Show me one Arab, Muslim, philanthropist, humanitarian, just dedicated to people regardless of religion. I.e., let me see you working in Bangladesh right now. Well, they've got cars worth £5 million sitting outside their mansion down Kensington Way. £5 million in Bangladesh is 6 months feeding money for like 5 million people. 5 million people will eat fine, but they won't spend that there. The one who gives money away?
No,
okay.
He doesn't give money away. He was responsible for becoming a Muslim in Africa.
Sorry, brother, sorry. He was responsible for...
Come close, come close.
In Africa.
Making them Muslim.
Not making them, because God makes them. No, but
he changed to Muslim himself.
Yes.
He converted to Muslim.
Oh, he became Muslim.
No, he doesn't convert. Yeah, he was Muslim
already.
From the first.
Okay.
Yeah, and he went to Africa to bring to build schools. He built over 16,000 schools in Africa. And he was.
We don't need schools in Africa, brother.
No, you need schools everywhere. You need education.
We're educated before you, the Arabs and whatever. Fuck's sake. We have language, alphabets before even the Arabs. Fuck's sake.
No. He was responsible for 10 million in Africa to becoming Muslim.
Why are you gonna teach us?
Brother,
No, he said give me a one Arabic man.